in a big spot. And then they went to zany package. Sully, you have Daryl Bevel comments regarding the play?
Yeah, I'm reading this. Daryl Bevel had just said,
In 3.9 miles, take exit 215B to merge onto Michigan 10 North towards Southfield.
go with a little play action. Felt we had good matchups. We've got good size. Unfortunately, weren't able to execute it the way we wanted to.
And?
Felt like we were running with
Accident ahead in 2.7 miles. The shoulder is closed. You're still on the fastest route.
That the puzzle pieces on defense weren't fitting together. He said, I think some of that's not really accurate as far as how people took the comments.
Oh, how should we take it, Dad? I'm so sick of these coaches. I am so sick of it.
I don't get Bevel's comments.
You're right. We're all jerks. None of us understand how to take it.
We were running the ball well enough to be able to go with a little play action. How in the world were you establishing the run well enough where a play action?
Again, compared to previous weeks, they may as well have been the electric company, Buffalo Bills. So yeah, sorry for a 70s reference there, but it's just, Mike, nobody believed you were going to hand the ball to Ty Johnson with the game on the line. Nobody. And you didn't have Hawkinson in the game, who that's where the ball would have gone. Go to Scott, 97.1. Scotty. Scott?
Oh, hey.
What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to share a thought on nutrition and staff scholar.
And I'm
I
here.
think they're just operating under confirmation bias. They're looking at the paper cut on their finger saying, look, I'm bleeding. This is bad. And they're hemorrhaging blood from their jugular. They don't even realize it.
They've gone into complete shock mode and they don't realize their leg is hanging off.
Yeah. I don't get it. I'm not a Stafford, fanboy. He's playing great, but he's made some mistakes.
Sure.
Last game when he tripped on nothing and fouled in the red zone, it's like, dude, what are you doing? But
all right.
I'm not gonna blame him for it.
But that's my point is outside of Russell Wilson right now, what quarterback's not making mistakes? What quarterback is playing perfect football? Russell Wilson's on another planet. Take him out. Hey, did you see Aaron Rodgers Sunday? How did he look? All right, and I love Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the history of the sport. Stafford's playing really well primarily. You want to quibble about the fourth quarter at Arizona and talk about the second half against Green Bay. All right, we're all together on this. Other than that, what more? He's got no running game, and he's got no defense. What the hell do you want from this guy?
It doesn't matter. These people aren't looking for anything positive.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I got a theory on Patricia.
Oh, a theory. Okay.
And I think
In 2 miles, take exit 215B to merge onto Michigan 10 North towards Southfield.
it's inexcusable how this team has been this season. We tried to lose every game that we played in, and then he's talking about we're poor at fundamentals. Does he know what the definition of fundamentals is? These professional athletes shouldn't even be working on fundamentals. That's for little kids.
Look, you just gotta stop listening when he talks because it's a waste of time. It's got everything with him. I gotta teach it better. I gotta coach it better. Execution. It's all a waste of time. None of it means anything. It's all word jargon. It's just crap. Go to Rich, 97.1. Rich, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Mike. So,
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
clear Patricia wagon yet? Because we've tried everything as Lions to be successful over the last 50 years, and none of it's worked. So, hey, we're trying the Detroit Patriot way, and so I'll give it a shot because we've tried everything else. But how bad is it when you have the worst defense per game, not just this season, in 7 years? I had to look this up just to verify. This is the most yards per game any team in the NFL has given up since 2012. Are you kidding me? And this guy is a defensive genius. He is a defensive need to start that Matt Patricia bandwagon and get as many people on there and start getting those drops ready that you guys normally have, like you had for Marinelli and like you had for Caldwell, like you had for Schwartz. Let's get those for Matt Patricia, because when they start to pile up, we know that's the time he's going to get canned. So I'm ready. Time to go kick rock, Matt. See you later.
I'll tell you, and look, that's going to be the tenor of the phone call if they lose Chicago. I think there's still people who think, hey, even if they're not willing to admit it publicly, they're willing to say, hey, they can turn this around, they can finish strong, etc. Now, I'm not one of those people, because I don't give a rat's ass about 7, 8, and 1. That ain't improvement. It's not how this works. Improvement is you go from 4 and 12 to 10 and 6. All right, that's how the league works. You go from 6 and 10 to 11 and 5. That's how the league works. Every year, someone goes worst to first. Every year.
Use the right lane to take exit 215B to merge onto Michigan 10 North towards Southfield.
Don't give me 6 and 10 to 7, 8, and 1 and call it roses. Stop it. But if they lose to Chicago,
See, the number I think that Matt Patricia has to get in order to ensure that he's back next year, my number would be 6. And this isn't me personally. This is what I believe. I think that if he goes 6, 9, and 1, that is okay. We're giving him one more year. If they go, what would it be? 5, 10, 5, 10, and 1.
5, 10, and 1.
If they go 5, 10, and 1, I think he's gone. I think 6 is that threshold where if he just gets to 6 wins, 6, 9, and 1 record, you know, it sounds like it's somewhere around 500, even though it's
Take
not.
the exit.
I think they'd bring him back.
Mike, the problem is you got his friend calling the shots. Do you believe Martha would say, fire Matt or you're fired? Like, they're not ready to change regimes.
And what are the chances that Quinn would fire him and be allowed to go hire someone else?
0. Don't you? That's the problem here. The owner's 1,000 years old. I don't think she's interested in starting a new regime. You got a way out. How bad does she want to win versus how much time does she have left? You broomed the whole regime out. Now I need a new GM and a new coach, and half the roster is going to overturn again. Like, I just don't see it.
No, and I get it. That's
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
the exception of this team winning 4 or 5 games this year. I think he's back. I do.
You know I don't disagree. I think
It's
we're
crazy. If you go 6, 9, and 1 again this year, he shouldn't be back, but I think he will.
Plus the Slay thing, too. Be very interesting after a conversation with the old ball coach. He's had 2 conversations now with the old ball coach in almost as many weeks. Be very interesting if and when Mr. Darius Slay decides to be very chatty.
Yeah, I know.
Mike, I'm telling you, and believe me, I'm not selling panic. I'm telling you, you go and lose to this Bears team.
Well, how about a quote from Paul Pasqualoni?
Pasqualoni. You gotta say it like Stephen A.
Pasqualoni.
Pasqualoni.
Pasqualoni said he'd like his defensive identity to be based on consistency. He then said there are times they've been very consistent this season and times they haven't been.
No, Paul, your defense is consistently awful.
Right. And it's funny, that's Mike Rothstein actually tweeted this out, and he put his commentary at the end of it. He said, this is my opinion. Frankly, this season they have been consistently inconsistent all year long.
Pasqualoni. I need that drop. Can you get me Stephen A. screaming Pasqualoni?
It was just in that song that Roberto had, but we can get the
I'm going to need that because I think the people are going to want more as this defense continues to blow.
Oh, we also have an early injury report for the Pistons-Knicks game tomorrow, if you want that.
Oh, sure.
Early injury report tomorrow has no good news. Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, Tim Frazier, Reggie Jackson, all are listed as out.
You remember when the original report came out and they're like first handful of games, and I said to you, I'm telling you it's a month. Hey, how are we looking on that?
Yeah, Griffin and D. Rose are already.
No, I'm just saying Blake is going to miss the better part of a month. That's what it looks like. Mike, how many games deep are they? 8?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 10% of the season. Now it'll be 9. He ain't going to play there.
I feel bad. I know we're talking about feeling bad for Matt Stafford. I do kind of feel bad for Dwayne Casey.
Oh,
I think
me
he's in a situation right now where he's a good coach.
Listen,
and this
he's
is
a good
ridiculous.
coach, and by all accounts, and I've spoken to people who know problem, though. I begged Dwayne Casey not to take this job. I begged him. Go to NBA TV. Go to TNT. Go sit on Shaq's lap for a year. Relax. Go to the beach. You don't want this job. Take a year. You get a better job. He did this to himself. That's just... That's why it's hard to feel bad.
The playoff push starts now.
It's automated. I don't know what happened. Suburban Cadillac of Troy, little frost on the grass. Okay. When it hits the roadways, no. Now we know winter's coming here. Look, 2019 Cadillac XT4 Premium Luxury Front-Wheel Drive, well-equipped, heated seats, heated steering, a sporty 2-liter turbo engine. You can lease the XT4 crossover from Suburban Cadillac of Troy for the insane price at $299 a month. That's it, that's all. $299 a month, you are ready to roll. Suburban Cadillac of Troy, great facility, Maple Lawn Curve, or Suburban Cadillac of Troy.com. Guys, either way, even if you don't want the XT4, you say to hell with it. Check out one of the many other offerings from Cadillac, and Suburban will hook you up. $299 a month on the XT4, Suburban Cadillac of Troy.com, member of the Suburban Collection. Make the choice today. Stop out before it's too late.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
This CBS Sports Minute is brought to you by Jeff Glover. This is Tiki Barber with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. LeBron James has always been the king of drama, whether it was holding the Cavs hostage during free agency when he initially left, to his behind-the-scenes issues with Kyrie Irving when he came back and won one for his home team. Heck, he's even into movie making now that he's jetted out to the West Coast. However, the latest drama in La La Land has nothing to do with him. It's squarely on his new teammate, Anthony Davis, who for some reason keeps intimating that he might want to play for his hometown squad in Chicago. I get it. He grew up there. And I'm sure every kid dreamed of following in Jordan and the Bulls' footsteps. But he's got to chill. I don't know what his ongoing relationship is going to be with LeBron James. Heck, he might hate playing for him. But right now, Anthony Davis is a Laker, and their season has started out pretty good. He doesn't want to ruin it by being too much of a drama maker. I'm Tiki Barber.
Posting your job opening to an online job search site is like drinking from a fire hose. You get more resumes than you know what to do with. Robert Half is the better way to hire. Our candidates are interviewed and custom matched to your exact hiring requirements. Quickly, satisfaction guaranteed. So what you need is just what you'll get. Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Learn more at roberthalf.com.
Hi, my name is Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
New Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required. Whether you're a general contractor, flooring specialist, or renovation expert, time is money, and the last thing you want to do is wait for materials to arrive. Floor & Decor offers thousands of in-stock tile, wood, and stone flooring, and decor options available for express pickup or job site delivery to save you time and money. Come visit our new Shelby Township location and enjoy everyday low prices on our entire selection store-wide to keep flooring projects on budget and on time. Visit Floor & Decor on the north side of Hall Road between Barnes & Noble and Costco, or flooranddecor.com to learn more.
This is so nice. By just using code DELIVERY to get our groceries delivered for free from Walmart means there'll be no Thanksgiving shopping for us.
Goodbye hosting stress. Hello, recliner.
Wait, don't we have to pick up some guests from the airport?
Actually, I just ordered a ride for them.
So they're getting delivered too?
You could say that.
It's kind of like we're getting all of Thanksgiving delivered.
Delivery is the best.
Use code DELIVERY to get free deliveries on groceries. Walmart. Save money, live better. $50 minimum offer expires March 31st, 2020. Delivery available in select areas.
Detroit up next, 97.1. Antonio, what's the good word?
Hey, man, I've been waiting for a minute, but just bear with me, man, because I'm disappointed. I was the guy who was a Bob Quinn believer. And when he hired Patricia, I believed in that too. Until shown otherwise. And it hurts my heart that Mike Mayock and John Lynch, people who are not career, Lynch he's a football player. And they have a better direction in Quinn than we do. They have offensive line, defensive line that's at the system. The Raiders got a great offense. They're building something. You can see it. It's tangible. I don't know what the heck we're doing. I mean, if Bob Quinn even followed his own plan and brought C.J. Anderson, who was not the second coming of thunder and lightning, but what he could do is get the tough job when we need it. And what do we do? Right before the Kansas City game, he cuts them, and we needed 1 yard at the goal line, which C.J. Anderson could have handled. We didn't ask him to come in and be a spell carry on Jones, but he could have got 1 yard. And because we didn't have C.J. Anderson available, and Kerryon Johnson's trying to act out of body, he's not a goal line running back.
It's a bigger issue. The bigger issue.
Quinn's lack of direction.
The bigger issue is you didn't address the running back position in a meaningful way in the offseason. C.J. Anderson's not a meaningful way. You know what Minnesota did when their young back kept getting hurt? They went out and they drafted Matt Madison. Kid's a stud. I mean, look at San Francisco. They got Tevin Coleman. They added Tevin Coleman to Matt Breida and Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson. They got 4 running backs. 4. You know what the Rams did when you came calling for Malcolm Brown? They said, "No, we're good. We're going to keep him." And they already had Todd Gurley. And then they drafted Darrell Henderson. They got 3. Bob Quinn went out after he lost his back to a knee injury for basically a whole season. And they went out and they said a 6th-round pick and Ty Johnson. And whatever's left of C.J. Anderson is our answer. Not good enough. I screamed about it all offseason. It's not good enough. Now, Joe, Bogey, listen, here's the deal. Look, do you see this right here? This is what a full rack of calls looks like. Now, this is important. I've already promised these people you are going to give them service. Brag. It ain't a humble brag. It's a straight up in your face brag. People are having a conversation right here. And there's passion right here. And I don't want you coming on the air and talking about candlesticks and candy and dead deer in your yard.
Oh, I haven't had a dead deer in my yard.
And talk football with these people that I don't have time to finish with.
Okay, what are they talking about? I'm looking. Lions, Stafford.
There are 2 things. There is a faction of fans blaming Stafford because the midday show spent 3 hours talking about trading him. Which I can't even believe we're having that conversation. Then I brought up the point, we're in year 2 of the Detroit Patriots. How does it all end? And I brought up that Sunday, now in Chicago, is if you think things are bad now, Sunday's the referendum where if they lose Sunday, the baby's out with the bathwater.
I want to get to this on my show, okay?
Myself and not.
Obviously, I wanted 6. My show, okay? My show, okay? Hey! I'm hard on him. It was unnecessary. I'm fine with that. Oh! You little bitch. Not my show. Not my show. He pulled a hatchet. Yeah, it makes me feel like hatchet. Yeah, my show. Excellent. All right. Don't you think if they lose to Chicago, can you listen? I think they're both coming back. Can't you see a path where Patricia doesn't come back if they lose in Chicago? I do. I want to get to this on my show.
All right, I'm ready. Everybody calm down. I can't. I'll tell you how. Bob Quinn is tied to Patricia. They're going to go out together. And it would take this organization doing something they've never done. Never. You would let Bob Quinn hire?
What if Bertha told him he had to?
Okay. And then you're going to let him hire another coach? What are they going to do? Go get the guy who services the vending machine in Foxborough? Hire him?
I would do both of them, but I'm just saying. Roberto. No. You guys talked over. That won't work as a drop. No, that won't work.
Oh, that'll work.
Look, I said this on my show last night. Thank you. I don't think there's any way that they get rid of Patricia.
I don't think so either, except a complete collapse in the same way as they did last year.
If you want that collapse, it's got to start Sunday.
That's what I mean.
Oh, that's the first
time
they lose to Trubisky. Like, let's say the Bears somehow get to 20 points.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of like 70 for any other team.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen, though.
They're going to win.
They're not going to. Well, I don't know that they're going to win.
They're going to win.
They're not going to totally bottom out. The Bears
Chicago's
are a
our
good team.
I think the Lions are the money line play of the week.
The Lions are going to win what? 6 games, 7 games.
They'll do
Because that's
just
what they
enough
do. Exactly.
for nothing to happen.
Yes.
And
That's probably true.
they'll do just enough so we can't get sexy draft time.
That's probably true as well.
We're picking at 14.
We won't be able to touch ourselves over a great pass rusher or something.
So
Yeah.
Quinn can draft
Chase Young sweepstakes.
So Quinn can draft a left guard. Or maybe a right guard.
You know what's funny? He did
pass
he
catching
did-
fullback.
When you think about it, he did go non-premium positions in back-to-back drafts, and really 3 out of 4. The middle linebacker spot is not prohibited. Okay, center,
Yeah.
and then tight end.
No, listen, that's
What's
what we
next
talked
on
about.
the list?
Let me ask you this. I was listening to your show
It's
earlier.
our show.
The Lombardi
I want to
interview.
get to this on my show.
Thank you. We will. I appreciate that.
Unbelievable.
We'll get to this in the 7 o'clock hour, but listening to Lombardi, didn't it kind of sound like he was almost trying to say, because you married yourself to the Patriot way, you kind of have to continue to go down this path? Wasn't he, in a roundabout way, wasn't he kind of saying that?
Yeah.
So what
Which
would
makes
be
it even harder to dig out of it when
and
you
that's
win
it.
this.
So that's the thing. So what would be better for the franchise? Is it to continue to go down that path, or is it to just pull the plug immediately?
You have
what
to
I mean?
know that Patricia isn't the guy to pull the plug. Otherwise, you have to give him a 3rd year.
But if you
Because of
get
that.
rid of Patricia, now you have Patriot Way GM hiring non-Patriot Way new coach. They're together, Bob.
No, you find another Patriot Way coach. There's other ones out there.
Great.
You keep going till you get it right.
Oh, we're gonna dig up the body of Romeo Crennel.
After Mike Vrabel gets fired by the Titans, maybe, they could bring him in.
How about Tom Brady finishes out his career with the Lions?
Player.
Oh, my.
Well,
Did I
all right,
just
so
say that?
right out of the gate, Woj came up with a great question for my show.
But we'll talk Lions like Valenti wants these people to talk to us. Yeah. We're going to break down Michigan State Kentucky, too. My show.
On my show, okay? You're so sneaky.
Wait, when did you say that?
I said that yesterday. I think I came on for a segment at like 4:15. Yeah, that's what it was. Sausage.
What the hell are you people doing behind my back?
Joe, we asked you to come join us for the segment too. You weren't here yet.
I was eating, probably. I was here bright and early today. We've mapped out an unbelievable show, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what crap you guys have been doing the last 4 hours, but we're about to talk.
We'll lead with football. We'll kind of get back into the Lions as well. There it is. All right. Looking forward to my show.
Can I join you tonight?
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM on 75 northbound the ramp to eastbound 696. An accident is blocking the right shoulder. Also on the right shoulder is a wreck at 94 westbound at 75. 94 eastbound just after Harper in Clinton Township. There's a wreck on the shoulder. Traffic is slowing down from Little Mac. A reported accident also blocks the shoulder. M59 eastbound just after Crooks. And there's a reported accident in Waterford Township. Dixie Highway northbound just after Scott Lake Road. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein, and when you need help, you turn to family. Every day we fight for families like yours because we are family.
had the opportunity to buy his dream car in retirement. But life changed when his 16-year-old granddaughter moved in.
We're happy to have her.
With the help of his advisor, Miguel reworked his financial plan, and now that dream car looks a little different.
We just want it to be safe for her to drive.
We can help you plan for that. Principal, investments, retirement, insurance. Start today at Principal.com.
Principal Life Insurance Companies, Principal Global Investors, Principal Securities, Inc. Member SIPC, member companies of Principal Des Moines, Iowa.
Galliano's Van Dyke Dodge Black Friday sales event offers employee pricing to everyone and a 55-inch smart TV with every purchase. With new 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4. 2 for $222. It's back. 2025 to Exotic each 24 month employee lease over days anyway.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to ndphealth.com.
Ever want to rewind your radio?
Oh, yes.
The all-new radio.com rewind. You can listen to any show from 97.1 The Ticket over the past 24 hours on the radio.com app. Download the radio.com app now from the App Store or Google Play and select 97.1 The Ticket. WXYT FM and WSYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by MarkZ.com sports desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Coached by Paulson's Construction, both Michigan and Michigan State opening up the college basketball season tonight. Wolverines playing host to App State out at Chrysler Center, and new head coach Juwan Howard was asked what the Wolverines' identity will be this season.
Our identity is we play together, we play hard, we play for one another. That is the type of spirit and energy that I want to see our guys display tomorrow. I trust that they will be prepared, they will understand the game plan, and we'll have great carryover.
In the game over on AM 950, starting at 6:30, top-ranked Michigan State, meanwhile, taking part in the State Farm Champions Classic this evening against number 2 Kentucky. Head coach Tom Izzo was asked how much stock he'll take in this game, win or lose.
Well, if we win, I'll take a lot of stock, and if we lose, I'll take no stock, personally. But either way, I'll take no stock. I mean, all it's going to do, the stock I'll take in it is it's going to help give us an idea of where we are and who's gotten a little better, who needs a lot more work, all those kind of things.
Tip-off for the game is set for 9:30. Michigan State football coach Mark D'Antonio also speaking today in East Lansing. There's not much you can say about Joe Bacci's appeal. It's out of his hands. Went on to say Darryl Stewart and Matt Allen will not play this week, but does expect them to make the return before the end of the year. Also said Brian Lewerke is the quarterback that gives the team the best chance at success, but if he's not producing, he wouldn't be afraid to make a change. For the ticket update desk, Ryan Woolley for more. Go to 97.1 The Ticket, radio.com.
Bogey and Wojo on 97.1 The Ticket.
I think D'Antonio should just lower those expectations. You know, saying Brian Lewerke gives you the best chance at success, what, the best chance to win? Shouldn't you go down to, like, the best chance at you completing a forward pass?
Well, he conveniently said best chance at success, not at winning. So it could be best chance to convert a third down, best chance to gain consecutive first down.
Best chance, to move the sticks.
Yes.
Best chance to get a snap off and not lose yardage.
See, I think coaches should never say best chance to win in anything. Just keep it vague. Best chance to move forward, to be successful. That's just my little coaching tip for the day.
All right, fantastic. It's the Bogey and Wojo show. Very excited. Full show tonight.
We got to be on the show today?
Yeah.
My show!
It's our show tonight.
My column!
By tomorrow, who knows what the name could say. But I want to get to a question that you brought up as we were getting ready for our show this evening. And we can lead with that because I think it's all encompassing. I think it's I like to call it a Neapolitan subject, because
which is one flavor.
No, it's 3 flavors. It packaged into one little bowl or box or however you end up taking it. And I think it's a good time to do it because as we look at the Lions, Michigan State, not a whole lot out there to play for any of these teams. There's a lot of disappointment to go around. So I want you to present the question that you're going going to
It's
throw
very
out there,
simple.
people. Yeah.
It's very simple. And we have a deep Lions conversation to get into. We have a college football topic later. Bogey's going to spend the last half hour breaking down Kentucky against Michigan State.
Yes, take Texas, San Antonio at Oklahoma plus 13.5 if you got $20 lying around. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Whoa. You do have a problem, don't you? Holy smokes. But no, it's been I would say, a relatively disappointing autumn for football fans around here in the college and pro ranks. And this is the question I want to ask. And I know it'll just become, Patricia sucks and what are they going to do with Stafford, all that. But
that doesn't happen.
But try to think wider, expand the horizons. Out of Michigan State, and Lions, what has been the most disappointing? Who or what has been the most disappointing thing this fall? Now think about this. Who or what? You say, the Lions. Well, actually, the Lions weren't picked up to do that well, but they were at least 500. Michigan and Michigan State were ranked in the preseason. Michigan still ranked. Michigan State, of course, fallen out. So there were things that people were counting on. Who or what is the most disappointing thing this fall for any of the football teams? And I know a lot of people will say or immediately say or think, and I'm not going to argue with it, Michigan State's offense. You could also say Michigan State's defense. You could say Michigan's speed and space. Didn't get very speedy and spacey runner. You could say lots of things about the Lions. The thing that you thought was going to be really good and isn't. You had to think it was going to be really good for you to be disappointed in it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the rule of the game. So you can't say, I'm disappointed in the Lions' offensive line. Well, no, you didn't really think they were going to be dominant, did you? You thought they'd be okay. It has to be something you thought was going to be good. Otherwise, you're not playing our game. All right, phone number is 248-539-9797. The ticket text is the 97136. There are some really good ones, and I have one a little bit outside the box.
Go ahead.
I don't want to steal
please.
thunder.
Go ahead and lead, because I don't want to have the same one as you. And I feel like we might.
Well, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit on this one, but I'm not. I'm going to sum it up into Lions running game, but basically Kerryon Johnson injury. To me, if one thing changed the course of any of the three football teams this fall more than any other, it was Kerryon Johnson going out and the running game going with him. You could argue the running game wasn't great before that. He did have a 100-yard game, and then he got banged up. That, to me, is the biggest disappointment. And the injury ties into it. That's part of it.
And I can vouch for you. I remember doing our show together leading up to the regular season.
Yeah.
And you were, ready to hand the keys to Kerryon Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I was all excited.
As him being the face of this franchise, and that you were going to ride him, and that it wasn't going to be on the arm of Stafford this year. So I actually
remember I was touting, if we spend this whole fall on Monday, Stafford is not the topic, then that means the Lions are doing well. That means they're playing defense, they're running the ball. And what has it become? Stafford is still always the topic on Monday. That's the biggest disappointment, the running game.
Okay, for me, I'm going to stick Lions related, but based on how this season is going, the Lions sit there at 3-4-1. They had an opportunity in the early going to really surprise some people and get some wins. It's got to be the defense, doesn't it? Even last night we were talking, if the Lions had an average defense, based on how Darrell Bevell has kind of changed this offense, and Matthew Stafford is having a very strong year despite some of his shortcomings late in games in critical spots. If the Lions were able to just limit opponents to 17 points a game, the Lions are probably in position to challenge for this division and are in position to make the playoffs.
Yes, call on me.
Okay, go. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to be more specific. What part of the defense? Or which player in the defense? Just going to ask you to be a little bit more specific.
I mean, if you're going to force me, sure, Trey Flowers has done next to nothing. He was the big name free agent. Has been ineffective, but I don't necessarily put that on him specifically, just like I don't put the performance on Darius Slade specifically.
Okay, then you
I
want
think
to
it is
say
more about scheme.
Okay,
with
then you
Matt
want to say
Patricia.
Patricia's defense.
Yes, I would agree with that.
You want
Yes,
to pin it more on him?
100%.
Okay, see, that's good. We worked that out of you a little bit.
Lacking the aggressive approach defensively and being able to rattle some quarterbacks, and it just, again, an average defense gets you into playoff contention right now. And that, I thought, and we talked about this before the year too. Last year, the game plan against the Rams, and that really led to what the Patriots did in the Super Bowl. You felt like the defense took steps after Snacks Harrison's acquisition, and you felt like they'd be able to do the same thing this year. No.
Okay, here we go. People know how to play the game. Lots of ticket text right off the bat at 97136. Phone number 248-539-9797. By far, the Lions' defensive line. Second place, most disappointing. Lions drafting a tight end. Okay. I mean, I guess technically that was before the season, but I get it. Next one. Most disappointing football thing is D'Antoni shuffling his coaching crap and expecting different crap. You know what? That could qualify. Except, did you really think it was going to be different? Like, if you're following my model of you had to have high expectations, did you really have high expectations for Michigan State's offense?
Some people did.
Some people did?
I know some people that...
Those people?
Well, I know some people that picked Michigan State to win the Big Ten.
No, who?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they were
like
going to
11-1 or something?
Or beat Michigan, or really bounce back, and that D'Antonio was going to do this all over again. Maybe there are some people out there, I don't know.
Okay, maybe that qualifies.
The phone number is 248-539-9797. We got the ticket text pulled up at 97136. Wojo's all over those.
Call them up.
What has been the biggest disappointment so far this football season? You got Michigan, you got Michigan State, you got the Lions, and as Wojo pointed out,
be specific. Be Pacific.
It's Pokey and Mojo. 97 the ticket. All right, well, look, it's still a good time. If you're looking to potentially purchase a home, you're looking to refinance, rates are still at an unbelievable low. So I want you to pick up the phone and call Hall Financial, 248-308-5000. If you don't want to talk on the phone, fine. You want to just go online and just type in your questions and talk about the mortgage industry, fine. Go ahead and go to davidhallmortgage.com. There's a mortgage expert there waiting for you. They'll answer every single question that you need. And, look, they did it for me a couple of years ago when I bought my house. I know they just did it for Mike Sullivan, who recently purchased his first home. And with Hall Financial, you're not going to have this giant mortgage lender where they're passing you from person to person, and before you know it, you have a terrible rate. You're signed up for a mortgage that doesn't make any sense for you. No, Hall Financial is going to make it personal. They're going to take care of you. They're going to answer your questions and do it with the very best rates. Give them a call today, 248-308-5000, or if you want to go online, just go to davidhallmortgage.com.
Need care now? With the Henry Ford Urgent Care skill for Amazon Alexa, you can now ask Alexa for urgent care in walk-in clinic locations, hours, and wait times. Learn more at henryford.com/Alexa.
From the depths of winter to cookouts in summer, natural gas is your safe, reliable, affordable energy source. Because DTE buys gas in the summer when prices are low and stores it to keep prices affordable. And we upgrade and monitor the system 24/7, 365. So for all you do, natural gas is there for you. Learn more at DTEenergy.com. DTE. At DTE, our number one priority is your safety. So DTE is constantly monitoring and inspecting our natural gas infrastructure to make sure it's safe. But if you do smell gas or hear hissing, leave the area immediately. Call 911 and then DTE at 800-947-5000. We will send someone right away to check it out. Please, if you suspect a gas leak, make the call. DTE.
In today's real estate market, I find home sellers want options. How about a flexible commission plan? How about a guarantee? Cancel your contract at any time? Folks, it's Mark Z with EXP. I'm not bragging, I'm applying for the job. Call me, Mark Z, today at 844-SOLD-BY-Z and start packing.
place you go to make copies.
It's where a conversation with an associate sparked the idea for my business card to double as a coupon. And it's where I go to reach potential customers with custom postcards.
Staples can help make your big ideas bigger ideas. And right now, when you make a select print and marketing services purchase, you receive 20% off your next order. Staples, for your business printing and beyond. In-store only, ends 11/9/19. Exclusions apply. See staples.com/print20 for details.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
Join 97.1 The Ticket's Mike Sullivan at Greektown Casino Hotel for another season of sports trivia in the Fringe Bar. Come out each Thursday and show off how much you know about sports trivia with some great prizes, all from Greektown Casino Hotel. Must be 21 to gamble.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
If you can't say it loud and proud, at least say it loud.
Yeah, well, there's a lot, obviously. With that kind of, run yardage for them. We know they're a big run team. They got a great back. He's a tough guy to tackle. We missed a lot of tackles out there, too. And I think that we didn't finish some of those run fits very well. I thought we had some good initial alignments, good initial knockback. Tried to get rid of the offensive guys too soon, and they did a good job of staying on it. And, being the back that he is, he was able to kind of dip in, dip out, bounce out, get out to force. Didn't do a good enough job, I would say, out on the edge.
Huh? What? Huh? That was Matt Patricia, I believe, right?
Not a very influential coach, I would say at this point. The Bogey and Wojo Show, 97 on the ticket. It's very easy, all right? It's been a disappointing fall, okay? As we've pretty much been accustomed to over the last several seasons with our football teams. Lions, Michigan, Michigan State. There's a lot to go around there, but be specific. What's been the most disappointing thing that's going on this fall? The phone number is 248-539-9797. It can be someone, coach, player, scheme, coordinator, defense, offense, whatever it may be. It can be something more specific than that if you really want to pinpoint it. What has it been for you?
And I will add this. It can even be, because Woj likes to play the game and be all-encompassing, it can even be a moment or a play in a big game. Because think about it. How different might it be if the Lions corralled Patrick Mahomes on 4th and 8? How different would it be? That's just one. Hey, man, that's just one. Now, I saw some ticket texts. My most disappointing was a drop pass in the end zone against Penn State by Michigan. Okay, that's fine. Although that only would have just tied it, and you still would have gone to overtime probably, or Penn State might have scored. So that wouldn't have been like the Mahomes thing. If you tackle them, you win the game. Kansas City was out of timeouts or didn't have enough to kill the clock. Why am I hitting the tape?
Yeah, I don't know. To me, though, that still wouldn't have solved the issues that the Lions have. They would have taken advantage of a Kansas City Chiefs defense that can't stop the run, and they would have taken advantage of a Chiefs team that clearly was destined to lose at some point, because then, what was it, the following week they lost to the Ravens, and then they lost to the Colts, right?
Okay, but even
so
forgetting
it was
that,
going to happen at some point.
Well, you would have had a cushion, even as poorly as the Lions have played at times since then. You'd be 4-3-1. I mean, if you took that game that was there to be taken. 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Let's see. Here we go. Another year of overrated Michigan football. We were supposed to close the margin with OSU with Urban leaving, and they got better. That's a major disappointment. You know what? You're probably, if you're a Michigan fan, you're as disappointed that Michigan has lost 2 games as you are that Ohio State clearly is not going away. Now, we knew they weren't going to go away, but we didn't necessarily think they'd be just as good, if not better. That part, if you're a Michigan fan or a Michigan State fan, is, I imagine, disappointing. Ticket text 97136. This is a pretty good one. Most disappointing is Jared Davis is so bad.
Well, Jared
He's
Davis,
a very low-rated linebacker in the NFL.
Jared Davis should do nothing more than just blitz.
Yes,
honestly,
use him for that. Yes,
he can't be on the field if he's not blitzing. He can't drop into pass coverage. He can't cover a soul. That's a major problem, and that is a first-round pick right there, Bob Quinn. That's just doesn't look like it's going to pan out.
Mm-hmm. No, believe me, that's definitely one of my. I like.
Although heading into the year, did people expect that Jared Davis would be like this star?
Good.
You know what I mean?
You're right. That's good. See, and following my rule,
Yeah.
you have to really sort of have a high expectation if you're really disappointed by it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe some people did think he was ready to take a step. Here's a ticket text 97136. My disappointment after hearing on 97.1 The Ticket FM that Shea Patterson was going to be in contention for the Heisman Trophy, I was shocked to see how poorly he played for long stretches and how careless he was with the ball.
Explain yourself. That's your fault.
Who was touting Shea Patterson for the Heisman?
That's your boy.
Was he just showing up
Go get him.
Was he just showing up on lists that I didn't? I mean, I did think their offense would jump out of the box a little bit quicker, but not a Heisman. No. Prove it. Tell me where that you saw that. All right, here we go. We'll go ahead and throw this out to the crazy Italian. Most disappointing football thing for me is Kenny Willekes being touted as the next Reggie White by Valenti. I think he did, actually. Didn't he? I think he did. Okay, not the next Reggie White. He didn't. But he did. No, not the next Reggie White.
248-539-9797. Ticket text is at 97136. I like this ticket text before we get to the phones. Ronnie Bell. No offense to the kid, but that pass is now having even bigger implications with Michigan, looking better every week.
See?
And that's very true.
I thought that would jump up.
If they had tied that game, there's no doubt in my mind they would have won that game.
Yeah.
It just that game was changing in a major way. Even before they made the official comeback, I felt like Michigan was going to win. You tie that game up, try to convince me that they lose that game. I don't think they do. Penn State would have been rattled.
I know.
Let's go to the phones. Tom in Lake Orion, you're up on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up, Tom?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello, Thomas.
Hey, you know what? I just like, before I get started, I was on the hold for Valencia. That's fine. I could transition into your topic just as well. But before I get started, Wojo, I just want to tell you, I'm in your age bracket. You're one of the all-time favorites for a lot of people I know.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Thomas.
No, you're welcome. And also, what I was going to call was about the Lions and Stafford, but I'll stick to who's the most disappointing. To me, I didn't expect anything out of Michigan and Michigan State. So to me, it would be the Lions. And I think the point that's been overlooked is, I think there was rumblings in the air, but on that last play of the Oakland game, when they had the three best receivers, some were saying two, but I consider Amendola. He would have been on the field on my team.
Yep.
But I think Patricia lost the team. So that's my disappointment in it. And I'll tell you though, if I'm right about this, I want to call back in and tell you, because if you think about it, everyone's talking about the competition. Well, they have to beat the Bears. Guys, that don't matter. I think they'll win a total of 8 games, but you can't tell me that you can go out there. And the Green Bay game's the only thing that I'm going to give them a pass on. You can't go out there and say that all them guys are playing hard for 59 minutes and 50 seconds, and then you don't have your 3 best players in the game.
You know what?
They're not going to win for him.
Yeah, Thomas, that's a good point, and I will tell you this. If, in fact, he lost more members of that team on that, we'll know Sunday. We'll know Sunday, because Chicago's offense is garbage, and when one team is 3-4-1, the other is 3-5. I'll be there at Soldier Field. I've been there many times before. When the cold comes,
it'll be your game.
It'll be my game,
yeah.
And it's you. I feel like you reveal yourself a lot, the Lions and Bears, to each other, and with that, I don't know why. Like, oh yeah, and if they lose that game, Tom's theory could have merit. Could.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It felt like it was easy to see, like with the run game struggling the first few games of the season, you could see, well, the Kansas City Chiefs can't stop the run. The Lions are going to run like crazy. It should be a close game, right? You just felt that heading into that game. With the Bears, the more you think about it, it feels like the magic elixir for this terrible defense. They could go out there and look great because they're going up against Mitch Trubisky.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fine. I'm not going to tout them if they win
Exactly,
the game.
yeah.
It's just, if they lose the game, the repercussion of losing, in my mind, to the Bears is much larger than any boost from winning. Repercussion from losing would be much more significant. Follow along, Bogey. I'll give you a flow chart.
Those are big words. I'm going to need a dictionary if you're going to do that. 248-539-9797. Let's talk to Kyle in Canton. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm a long time, first time.
Welcome, Kyle.
Definitely appreciate you guys. You always help me get through my work shifts at night. I love the topic, and I just want to say that for me, the most disappointing was Josh Gaddis and this Michigan offense. He comes in with a pretty good pedigree, you know, coming from Alabama, and he was with Penn State for a little while there when they had a great offense. And we seemingly had every single, you know, piece to the puzzle for a great offense. You know, we have probably the best wide receiving core in the Big Ten, other than Ohio State. Good returning line. We had a quarterback that was pretty much built for the spread offense. And then we come out there and we just lay an egg for the first half of the season. And I just think that was the most disappointing to me. It seems like we've turned it around. I think we're doing a lot more of Harbaugh's running concepts, and I think that's helped. But for sure, that's the most disappointing for me.
You know what? And that's fair because expectation-wise, may have been overwrought or overblown expectations. Because you can listen to like the Urban Meyers of the world, they said, it's going to take a while. Don't think you're going to. Yep. But expectation-wise, speed and space, Josh Gaddis, that whole thing, yeah, I think people thought it would come a little quicker. That's fair. That's a good one.
Almost came at the most important time at Penn State to keep the season going with Notre Dame looming. Like, if Wisconsin is your only loss at this point, you're talking about a Michigan team who looks better over the last couple of weeks to the point where you go, they're probably going into that Ohio State game with just one loss. You know, and again, I don't buy that they're beating Ohio State, but at the very least, you get to that point once again, which is
so you're not going to let go the drop pass against Penn State.
From Michigan, I think that's the most disappointing truly moment.
Now, think about this. Maybe it wouldn't have changed anything either in the long haul, but Ticket Texter points out the most disappointing thing to me was the kicking debacle at the end of the Michigan State-Arizona State game. Now, again, maybe they still would have fallen apart later, but that did seem to set a very bad tone, didn't it? Again, maybe nothing changes, because those three tough games that they lost by a lot might have been exactly the same.
Phone number is 248-539-9797. What's been the most disappointing person or thing that has gone on in football season here locally with the Lions, Michigan, and Michigan State? There's plenty to go around there, plenty to chew on.
Unfortunately.
If you will, exactly. 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. The crash has just been cleared from the work zone 75 southbound at North Line. There's still some residual backups in the area. You'll find a few other accidents all blocking the right shoulder. 696 eastbound after Evergreen, 75 northbound the ramp to eastbound 696, and 275 northbound at M1496. Trust the friendly, knowledgeable parts professionals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Their professionals know what it takes to get the job done right. Professional technicians have counted on O'Reilly Auto Parts for years. Come see for yourself. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. I'm Michelle Padilla in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
If you run a business or manage health benefits, you want to hear this. Hi, this is Randy, and we're talking again with...
HAP has something called shared funding, which offers your business some of the savings of self-funding with more flexibility and less risk.
And the third way?
That's self-funded.
and employers can lower health insurance costs substantially, and HAP can help you maximize those savings.
So how can employers learn more about these options?
They can visit hap.org/business,
Right.
call their agent, or call our HAP team at 1-833-DIAL-HAP. That's 1-833-DIAL-HAP.
That's excellent advice, Steve. Thanks very much.
Guess what?
What?
Xfinity Internet. Internet's better because it streams better. Introducing Xfinity Flex. A personalized streaming dashboard that puts all your favorites in one place, so they're not scattered across a bunch of apps.
Nice.
Plus, it has over 10,000 free shows and movies.
Even nicer.
And it's all searchable with the Xfinity voice remote, so you can search less and watch more. It's not just easy.
It's effortless.
And it gets better.
No.
Yes, because it's not expensive. It's included with Xfinity Internet for no additional cost.
Wow.
You can say that again.
Wow.
Get internet that internet's better. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. And add a Flex 4K streaming device on us. Go to Xfinity.com/flex, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Ends 1/7/20. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Give your mornings a remix with a delicious new Beyond Sausage Sandwich from Dunkin'. Say what? It's a tasty Beyond Meat sausage patty with egg and cheese, all on an English muffin. Oh yeah! That's 10 grams of great tasting plant-based protein.
Great taste plant-based. Wait, it's plant-based?
Yeah, it's plant-based. And it tastes great.
Yummy!
Try Dunkin's Beyond Sausage Sandwich. It's a whole new way to start the day. America runs on Dunkin'.
This is happening. Our busy company's buzzing like the hornet's nest in the tree outside. Then Tina walks in.
We've got a projections problem, Brian. Management's given us crazy numbers to hit and not enough crew to handle it.
I spring into action like a human hornet and jump on Upwork. I book a team of remote freelance pros, each ready to start immediately. And those projections? With Upwork, this is happening. Hey, Tina, want to get lunch?
Thanks. But here's outside.
Upwork. Hire freelancers. Make things happen.
It's open enrollment, Fred. Time to compare plans.
Oh, Alice, we're fine with what we have.
Well, that's what the Johnsons thought until they tried Medicare's new Plan Finder.
The Johnsons, huh? We saved on our prescription costs.
And got extra benefits. Come on, Fred. Maybe we'll find something better.
Plans change every year. Use the new Plan Finder at Medicare.gov to compare health and drug plans. Open enrollment ends December 7th.
What do you know? Comparing plans really pays.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Meet Miguel. He has investments through Principal.
Hi there.
Miguel finally had the opportunity to buy his dream car in retirement. But life changed when his 16-year-old granddaughter moved in.
We're happy to have her.
With the help of his advisor, Miguel reworked his financial plan, and now that dream car looks a little different.
We just want it to be safe for her to drive.
We can help you plan for that. Principal. Investments, retirement, insurance. Start today at Principal.com.
Principal Life and Principal Life Insurance Companies, Principal Global Investors, Principal Securities, Inc. Member SIPC, member companies are principled in Rhode Island.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, Michigan and top-ranked Michigan State opening up their college basketball seasons tonight. Wolverines at home against App State. You can hear the game. We'll run AM 950. They'll tip it off at 7 o'clock. Michigan State, meanwhile, matching up with number 2 Kentucky in the State Farm Champions Classic from New York. They're going to go in just after 9:30. Today also an off day for the Lions. They'll get back to work tomorrow as they turn their attention to Sunday's game with the Bears. And Minnesota head football coach P.J. Fleck agreed to a 7-year contract extension with the Golden Gophers. That'll keep him in Minnesota until 2026. I'm Ryan Bully. More at 7 or at 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
We can get a little bit more Lions specific potentially in the 7 o'clock hour. And I know Matt Patricia had a conference call with media members a little bit ago and commented on Darius Slay. We can get to that quote as well. We'll do that to open up the 7 o'clock hour. But while we're discussing this, you had a great question just to kind of bring everything together.
Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's gather around and talk about disappointments.
Exactly. Who or what has been the biggest disappointment this football season here locally? Lions, Michigan, Michigan State. What exactly is it that jumps out to you?
Which
248
element? Yeah.
Exactly. 248-539-9797. Ticket text is at 97136. But you're hearing Woolie's update right there, so we might as well just bring this up right now. You mentioned PJ Fleck getting that big extension at Minnesota. He's 8-0, and they're playing host to Penn State, who's 8-0 this Saturday. And there's been some stories out there about expanding the college football playoff, and I know Jim Harbaugh, you can read the story at 971theticket.com, suggested an 11-team, college football playoff. Isn't a weekend like this, where you have undefeated Minnesota, undefeated Penn State, undefeated LSU at undefeated Alabama, isn't this a weekend that kind of lets you go, or makes you think, we don't need to expand the college football playoff? Because I want weekends like this.
We don't need to. Yeah.
I want these weekends to matter. Like, I have zero plans on Saturday. I plan on being on
like
the
a
couch.
normal Saturday for you.
Exactly. I make sure I have nothing else going on. I am openly excited to bet on LSU, to watch LSU Alabama.
To do what? To watch the game.
To watch LSU, yeah. Go Tigers.